there's a gal they call the Cincinnati Fireball. One look, you fall for that Cincinnati Fireball. I bet you 5 are gonna get you 10. She's gonna break my heart again. But don't you know, whoa, whoa, I gotta go, whoa, whoa, back to oh, whoa, whoa.
Hey, everybody. It's time for your Browns Friday Fumble.
Fall on it.
Don't try to pick it up and run. My name is Dave.
And I'm Dylan.
And we are here to talk Browns football.
Yes,
it is
as always.
Special episode this week. First-time guest on the program.
Mm-hmm.
We don't typically have guests for the whole episode, but we do for this episode. First-time guest, Cleveland's own, local celebrity, Chris Clem is with us. Hi, Chris.
Wow, it's an honor to be here, guys. First time you had a guest in the whole episode, and it's me.
Yeah, it's first one. We're having...
No, we're honored.
So
it's my pleasure.
You guys remember the bye week last week?
The what?
You remember it? The bye week, no game. Greg Williams filled in for us.
That's why there wasn't a game on Sunday.
Correct. You did have to check your local listings, and they weren't there. So,
oh my God.
Anyway, no game. Greg Williams filled in for us last week. He did a good show. It was an awesome show. Greg did a great job.
I think he did a great job.
I thought it was awesome and hilarious.
You know, you don't want him to do too well, though, is the thing.
But he did, though. I mean,
but if
you don't want him to,
you don't
but
want
then
him
he
to,
did.
Because what if...
Yeah, he knocks out a couple more episodes, and then he just becomes the host of the podcast.
I was going to say that's a good possibility.
He could just run out the rest of the podcast.
What if down the stretch it's just a series of W's for this guy?
I have no idea what to make of that, because it's going to happen. So, let's not plan for any other eventuality. That's what's going to happen.
So do we get replaced? Are we talking about the end of our podcasting career?
Luckily,
in this moment?
You know, sometimes that sounds like a pretty appealing notion, but the end of our podcasting career. I don't think it's going to happen this year.
We've
sure.
flirted with it a few times.
I think at the very least, you guys are going to have to get one of those reverse gray hair stripes that he has.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. My glasses are pretty similar.
I think at the very least, guys, we at least have our draft party costumes for 2019.
That is true. I will be Greg Williams.
How do you look in a windbreaker and shorts?
He looks great. His calves are amazing.
Fucking awesome is my answer, because I'm already in Greg Williams' character.
Yeah.
I was offered those shorts, and I took them. Okay, one thing we learned on the bye week, as this is starting to go downhill already. One thing we learned on the bye week, pretty much because of an angry barrage of texts I got from our boss, Mr. Craig. We found out he was still our boss, not Jimmy Haslam, even though Jimmy Haslam tried to fire us.
That guy can't get off your back. Huh?
I know. Ugh. So he is back on our back and said...
I mean, it's fine. It's great. He's a great boss.
He's a really good boss. He's a fine boss.
I don't think you guys could have a better boss when it comes to putting action figures in front of the Sugar and Falls.
That is true. He is
the best.
An expert at that. And you know what?
Let's
go see a movie for just $1. That's the cost of a beer at Rodeo Palojas.
That's on multiple nights of the week.
Yeah.
I heard they were playing the Goonies.
So I'm just going to imagine a Goonie in front of the Chagrin Falls. Anyway.
And honestly, what's better than seeing, would you rather have $1 beers at Rodeo Palojas or watch a movie with the action figure of Peter Venkman sitting next to you?
Now, question. Are these mutually exclusive?
It's true.
Is this a both-and situation?
I have $2. I could do both.
Good point.
They're both so cheap. I could do both.
I could do both multiple nights of the week.
Problem is, you go to Rodeo Palojas, that $1 is just to get you in the door.
Right.
But then you're spending $7.99 on those Tate skins and Tate chips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So unless you're in Middleburg Heights, like the heart of Middleburg Heights.
Oh, yeah. Parking is going to be $8.
And I prefer to go to Rodeo Palojas on O State game day.
You know what? That is true.
On Ohio State?
Yeah.
University?
The Ohio State, yes.
You guys know I bleed red and dark white. You know it.
Yes. I bleed that nut guy. I love his sweater.
I love that
what's his
guy
name? Biscuit?
So much. I love him so much because clearly, I'm sure he went there for sure. He totally went there.
Bluto the Biscuit.
This is a beach nut town. So I just feel like we could go on and on and on and on. But
we all got our red and gray.
But
that's a really good segue, though.
Well, it is, because during this barrage of angry texts from Mr. Craig,
and hurtful, quite frankly, I mean, I saw a couple
if I
of
get
them.
into it again, I'm not gonna be able to keep it together. So I'm not gonna rehash what it was, except for apparently we forgot to do the draft special in August.
Personal attacks.
Yeah, when I got here, Dylan, you were very upset.
That's still flustered.
I mean, it's one thing to talk about our podcast,
yeah,
but the things he said about your children and their performance on the flag football field.
yeah, we know. I know. Okay,
You know what?
Things that
We've
I'm
covered
well
it.
aware of.
We've covered it on the Friday Fumble. We know how
Yeah.
bad. That's why we got Jake Burns, who all of a sudden is too important to come in.
Well, that's why
coach.
That's why I asked Mr. Craig to coach in the first place.
Yeah, and he wouldn't do it because he has movie day on Sunday.
Anyway, we digress. Very far away from where we were going.
Guys,
The
we never
segue.
did a draft schedule. Draft preview schedule. What is that? We never did a draft preview. That was supposed to happen in April.
Yeah.
It's now months later.
We are, turns out we are contractually obligated to provide said draft preview, and we figured coming out of the bye week, what better timing than that?
I tried to tell him what happens if we break our contract.
It got
the
real
string
nasty.
of profanity that came through
Nasty. I've never seen such nastiness.
dark places. Like, I knew he listened to a lot of metal music.
Yeah. He's
But
a
I-
metal fan.
He is. But I
Like
didn't
a
realize
true metal fan.
he loves metals.
Like if you spelled that out, it would be TRU
Right.
metal.
Oh, like one of his favorite albums was Jethro Tull's back in '88.
Yes. And I'm going to say in metal fan, true
Right.
metal fan, a couple of different letters are lightning bolts, and a couple of them are dripping blood.
Jeez.
And maybe one's a knife. There might be some knives.
My mom always said growing up, don't listen to Bon Jovi, don't listen to that stuff.
Yeah.
It'll ruin your
You
mind.
gotta stay away
Yeah.
from it. You gotta
So
stay
the
away
F,
from it.
the F in metal fan is a knife with two knives sticking out the side,
blood, dripping
with blood dripping.
Oh, I'm gonna have to. I'm sorry.
pile
I know
of
I'm your
skulls.
guest, but I gotta take a second because I'm starting.
All right, guys, hold on.
Take a moment.
I
Take a
can. We
moment.
can pause. I
Take
can
a
pause
moment.
this.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back. Chris has kind of composed himself. We've agreed to not talk about the term metal fan
Or true metal.
or true metal fan with any of the lightning bolts, knives, blood. Oh, I've thought about. Guys, I need I need a minute now. We're back again. We're not going to talk about it anymore. Anyway, Craig said, got to do a draft special.
Yeah.
We said the draft already happened.
It was due in April.
Yeah.
And
We totally got an extension to May.
biffed it.
Biffed it. So here we are, bye week. We got some time. We don't have a game to talk about except for the awesome game that there was. But Greg Williams already covered that perfectly well.
Yeah,
Well.
he sure did. Honestly, he covered it. I don't know, Dave. Probably better than we could.
Probably better than we could have. So we, though, are artists. We're journalists. We have
Yes.
integrity. We're not going to revise history here.
We're made men
We are made men in
around
this town.
In my opinion, you guys are up there with Anthony Disgustini and Pal Allen.
Yeah,
Wow.
and we were.
Whoa, hold
Pal
on.
Allen was supposed to be on this draft schedule.
Can we acknowledge that for a second, though?
Well, I appreciate it. And
They're legends. You guys
These
are
are legends.
making your way up there.
My God, I can't.
yeah,
Chris, you've earned yourself a return.
yeah, you're a
appearance.
number one guest status.
I'm so,
So
happy.
Pal Allen was supposed to be here today.
Right.
He could not. He sent me a letter that said that it was too close to Thanksgiving and he had to make his famous potatoes.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's famous about him. I've never heard of him.
I think he's snowbirding right now.
He might be.
It could be. He's probably like pretending he's still in town because he's supposed to be
Yeah.
covering the Browns.
Right, for the Sportslantic.
We also couldn't get Lucius back. I don't know where he went.
Yeah, he went up to cover for the Canadian Sportslantic. He's covering the CFL up there. So he offered to do the CFL draft prospects.
In New Brunswick.
but really that's just the 4th and 5th pages of the NFL draft is the CFL draft and Johnny Manziel.
Well, it makes sense because they have an extra down up there.
They do
have the extra down.
Okay, but we're men of integrity, okay? So we're not going to revise history and say, oh, well, the Browns picked Baker Mayfield.
We said we would do it.
Yeah, so we said we would do it, and problem is we don't have our notes. And so history has kind of... The only thing that's recorded is the real history, so I can't tell you what I was thinking the Browns should have done.
But we're gonna give a stab at it.
So
I can tell you I probably disagreed.
Yeah, me too. So let's start.
Let's dig in.
Pick number 1. I think, you know what, we all agreed on this one.
Yeah.
Saquon.
Yep.
Oh, 100%.
Once in a generation talent.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to inject some life into your offense right away. Dude's electric.
His name alone is giving off AC and DC.
Yeah, both.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So
any K that goes in there, I'm
Jules?
impressed every time.
Yeah.
Watts.
Yeah.
He's got all.
So Saquon number 1.
It's the first Jules reference we've ever had on this.
Yeah.
This their podcast. So Saquon at 1, and you know what? I think that going into the draft, I thought, hey, this would be a great spot. This would be a great spot to trade down.
Maybe
gather
we could
gather some
ammunition, Sashi Brown
ammunition.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
Yes.
the Browns have a long history of making great trades where
Really?
they traded down and got
really
double the value.
good trade decisions.
I'm just going to say one thing. In Sashi, we trust. Okay? And his strategy of stockpiling these picks and then poorly executing them got us to the position that we're in today, which is pretty
true.
good.
That is true. And so
Can't argue with that logic.
We do have, though, the
I
benefit
thought-
of revisionist history in that we can also grade the draft.
and we are going to do that right now.
So, pick number 1, Saquon Barkley, A+. A+ on that Browns pick right there. Good to see him in orange or brown. Mm-hmm. What number is he?
Now I got a question. So we take Saquon at 1.
I think.
Who'd you have us taking at 4?
Well, it kind of turned out to be fine because I had us taking Baker Mayfield.
Did you really?
Yeah, because he's obviously not the best quarterback in this class.
Yeah, no, clearly. I mean, on paper, this guy is
Short.
Short, Southern school.
Manziel 2.0.
Oh, without
I didn't
a
want to
doubt.
say it. I didn't want to say it, but
When I saw that picture of him on his money phone, and I was like, he's copying his bits. I want a quarterback that can actually come up with original
New
material.
bit.
original material. Don't steal bits.
But I've got to
this is
assume
101 stuff.
with Saquon off the board, the one truly transcendental talent of this draft, you got to believe the Giants are going to stockpile for the future and pick Sam Darnold.
Of course they are. They got an aging Manning, and we all know.
Yeah,
This is no Peyton.
his neck is going to be fused as soon as they can.
Oh, as soon as possible.
They're
As
going
soon
to
as
try this
possible.
year.
And if he doesn't have a surgery and then get relocated out to the west somewhere into an easier division,
Then it's over. Yeah, so then the Jets obviously are going to take Josh Allen. He's a project, but the Jets have a luxury of a thing called time. Time is on the Jets' side. They're in no hurry to win now.
Time's
They've got
always
Josh
on the
McCown on
Jets'
the
side.
roster. They're going to be fine. They have the time to develop that prospect.
Yeah.
Leaving at 4 in a surprise move.
admittedly,
Browns pick up Baker Mayfield over Josh Rosen.
But that's only because, Dave, if you remember, Jimmy Haslam actually met a grifter earlier in the weekend.
Yes.
And that grifter
Said, Take this man.
sold him a lottery ticket that he had scavenged earlier in the day, and also told him that Baker Mayfield should be number 4.
It all makes sense. Graft grade, A+.
Well, I don't want to. I have a little difference on my
Fine.
mock draft.
Yeah.
here.
No,
I
let's
actually
hear it.
had the Browns picking who they picked, Denzel Ward, number 4, because if you get a chance to get an Ohio State guy, you
know what?
can't pass
That's
it up.
logic. That's
nut,
solid
if you get a
logic.
beach nut
Yeah.
You
on the
beach
board.
nuts all day.
One of my favorite things
Yeah.
about the team and Ohio State University is the one fan who's real big into him that paints his face and wears the beach nut necklace. I think he's called Fat Ohio State Fan. You seen that guy?
I have seen
with
that
the
guy.
Painted face. He's silver. I always love seeing him on the screen in the stands.
Did I tell you one weekend when they were on the road, he came up to Rodeo Palojas and he bought us all around.
No,
nice.
he did not.
He put $10 on the bar and he said, "Get these guys some horses."
He did.
Wow.
That's Beach Nut Nation.
Yeah, it is Beach Nut. He probably saw you wearing your Beach Nut hat.
Probably.
Yeah.
You know, I always tell everybody that the Beach Nuts are 100% Cleveland's fourth major league sports team.
I bet you they could beat the Browns.
I bet they could.
Oh, man. You put Urban Meyer out on the field across from who do we have at the time? Hugh Jackson.
Hugh Jackman.
You know, I'm a big proponent of college teams being able to beat professional teams. I think
too.
Duke could beat the Cavs.
Oh, absolutely.
Easily.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's
All it
going to
takes
be in
is
the...
three
Wait, it's
guys.
April. It's April still.
But we're speaking of it on a historical perspective. We're just being honest
Right,
about
Yeah,
it.
we're talking about Bobby Hurley and Grant Hill.
Yeah.
They could beat LeBron. They could beat Kevin Love. Are you kidding me? They had Christian Laettner.
I think you're. That's too close to reality. I feel like.
Well, also, I
So-
think that Coach John Krasinski is... I mean, ever since he left the office and did Jack Ryan, I think he would go back and be a pretty good coach again.
Yeah.
They named the Fieldhouse, Krasinski Fieldhouse for him.
Yeah.
That series is worth getting Amazon Prime for.
It was really good. I enjoyed it.
So good. Hey, so my draft board actually, I really like what you guys have said so far. I had Sam Darnold at 1 the whole time, the whole way through.
You know what?
And
he does have the better arm.
I
For
just
sure.
feel like, look, we've already gambled multiple times. Take the sure thing.
He is a
Take
sure
the
thing,
sure
yeah.
bet, guys.
He's 6'3". You can't teach
Yeah.
that.
6'3". He comes out. He's starting. Okay,
225 pounds. If
He
I had to
plays
look up a
this
quarterback
year.
weight, that would be it.
You look up in the dictionary quarterback, and you see his ugly-ass face.
Darnold, and you know what? He starts.
He's
this
so
year.
ugly, he's not going to be distracted by the beautiful women that throw themselves at quarterbacks.
I mean, you got to think. Look. Listen to me for a second.
We don't have cheerleaders.
Hugh Jackson,
Yeah.
Todd Haley,
Oh, man. Preach
Tyrod
it.
Taylor.
That's the holy trinity of quarterback guru.
The holy
Hooray.
trinity of developing a quarterback.
You guys think about what happened when Hugh Jackson said, "I'm going to take Cody Kessler. I'm going to take a shot here. Just trust me." And he's right now probably, I don't want to be biased, but he's probably a lock for second team All-Pro.
Yeah,
Easily.
I would trust
Easily.
him. I would trust him
Easily.
on it.
Well, I mean, look what he did down in Cincinnati, guys.
Powerhouse.
Yeah, he took just a forever struggling offensive system, and with the Carson Palmer experience, and then turned them into a scoring team, a team that you cannot let your eyes off the quarterback.
2 words, Andy Dalton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
2 words.
Reverence.
bless up.
You know who? As good as they are, Ohio State couldn't beat the Bengals.
True.
So when
They
I'm
could beat the
looking
Browns,
at
though.
when I'm looking
Oh
at
yeah.
when I'm looking at John Dorsey's handiwork here, I just got to question the logic of taking an undersized quarterback. One
Has he
with
not-
with a potential personality problems in
He's
the locker
brash.
room.
Has he not seen anything about Cleveland history?
And are we just conveniently forgetting that this guy planted his college flag in the middle of the Beach Nut Stadium?
I can't believe it.
You know,
I'm still having flashbacks to that, guys.
I spit out my MGD at my TV when I saw that.
Oh,
Fat Buckeye fan was furious.
The guy was crying, it looked like.
Yeah, the silver and red was pouring down his face.
And
Guys,
Barry
we
Beachnut, he even took his nut hat off, and tears were coming down his face.
He just kneeled. He kneeled by the side of the field with his beech nut hat on the floor of the stadium.
I thought that makes a lot of sense. Okay. He was protesting that flag.
Yeah, that's the flag he was protesting. He was not interested in that anthem.
That was the flag.
Yeah.
Yep.
Big problem, I think, with the draft is John Dorsey, to me, you don't want to reach too much, but this team has some specific needs.
That is true.
And I'm thinking that inside linebacker is one of those needs. And when Keyshawn Bierra is there from Washington, you let him slip so far down in the draft.
How did
he
that
slips
happen?
that far? Like, you could have gotten him, but instead he slips to round 6. To me, if he's the guy, you go up and pick him.
You jump up, you trade up.
You make it happen. You got picks 1 and 4. You don't mess around.
You got 1-4. You also have a bunch of second and third rounds.
Yeah, you got all this time and this inside linebacker, which is a major team need.
Look, guys, I know you're the experts, but I want to throw this out there. I'm tired of Browns teams picking what they think is the best available talent. Let's get some improvement.
We got to fill some spots.
I know. You know, what's going to do it in the end, guys? Role players.
Yeah.
Role players is what's going to do it.
Yeah, it's like the kicking in the punting.
Oh, gosh. We didn't win a single game last year, guys.
None.
We have holes to fill.
And they're specific.
Can we not just get these rose-colored glasses and these starry eyes?
Guess what? Running backs, we're all set. We got a beach nut here named Carlos Hyde.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And he's going to be able to carry that rock.
We have a tandem going on with Carlos Hyde and the Duke.
The Duke, who is definitely used as much as he can be. He's a little bit overtaxed as it is.
And Carlos Hyde, let's forget, he's not just a beach nut. He's a BBW, a big beach nut warrior. Yes. And he makes plays.
He is. And he knows the ins and outs. He's got, last year had supersized production.
He got 4 coupons on his helmet his senior.
He did have 4 pot leaves on his helmet.
All right, question, though. Serious question. How do we not take Bradley Chubb?
It's a great question.
How are we not taking Bradley Chubb?
Well, to me...
You line Bradley Chubb up on the other side from Myles Garrett?
Well, let's not revise history too much. Myles Garrett, though, bit of a reach to me.
Gosh, you know what? Underperformer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like any football player that identifies with a movie like Jurassic Park.
Right.
Yeah. Or not only that, 9 sacks in 7 games. Come on, dude.
Come on.
7
we could
games.
Get 8.
Why don't you write a few less poems and get a few more sacks?
Yeah.
Yeah, get some aggression out and show like you actually want to be there.
Tone your body mass.
I can see I can see not wanting to reach on Bradley Chubb, but then to let Ade Aruna, the edge rusher out of Tulane, fall to the 6th round to the Vikings, it's just, you know what? It's unforgivable. Okay? Unacceptable, unforgivable.
And this is the type of stuff that analytics would have picked up.
Yeah, so you're gonna pick Bradley Chubb, fine, do it. You're not gonna pick Bradley Chubb, you go down to Hot Orleans to Tulane and you talk to Ade Aruna. You give him a call.
I got another question for you. The Green Bay Packers made the bold move of taking a long snapper in the 7th round. Yeah. Are the Browns set there? I don't think so.
I don't
they
think
had
so.
6 rounds before that to shore up that position.
Yeah. I've got some draft experience. It's all fantasy, but like I've got draft experience, and when you're getting short on rounds, and you still have that open K slot, take 2.
So
smart.
Take 2 kickers. Because what about the bye week? What about the bye week?
What defense are you going to have then?
Who knows?
Hopefully Chicago, if you thought about it.
Look, I don't want to brag, but I've come in 6th in an 8-man league twice, and I think I know a little bit of when it comes to drafting.
Yeah. No, you're really good at it.
Yeah, thank you.
You know,
also, so do you think maybe we got confused about Nick Chubb? Do you think Bradley Chubb was meant to be? Do we know John Dorsey? Is John Dorsey okay?
Did he just write down Chubb on the card?
Is he okay?
That's a good question because every time I see him, he's wearing a sweatshirt and shorts. He can't even decide on what temperature it is outside.
Yeah, what temperature is it? Yeah.
How can he decide on a pick?
That's a symptom of something. If we WebMD'd that right now, I guarantee it would be a confusion thing or maybe writing down something then you meant something else.
Well, I don't want to get us off track, but I kind of wanted the Browns to take Rashad Penny because I liked his name.
Yeah, it is a pretty good name.
Solid name. Okay, but here's one thing. High marks here. A+, Austin Corbett.
Yeah. You got to solidify that offensive line.
Solid.
Oh, yeah.
He's just Joel Bitonio 2.0.
Oh. He's Joe Thomas 2.0.
He's Thomas Bitonio.
He's Thomas Bitonio.
He's Thomas Bitcoinio.
Bitcoinio for work groups 3.11.
Yep.
Nice. He's like, you guys remember when it went from DOS to Windows 95?
Oh, yeah. It's the same thing for the offensive line. Again, you've got holes. You need to fill those holes.
Yep.
So to let Jordan Mailata, the offensive tackle, who did not appear to go to college, fall to the Eagles in the 7th round. How are you letting this go? You have needs.
Yeah, and especially let him go to the Eagles. Play the long game here. Play a little chess.
Well, the Eagles especially, as they talk about it, a Super Bowl win. They talk about Ohio State and Ohio State University. They don't recharge, they revamp. The Eagles are about to recharge and revamp by picking up this guy.
The Eagles are ahead of everybody. He's a rugby player. They're not even, they're beyond. They saw what Antonio Gates did without playing football. They're just searching everywhere.
They have transcended the sport of football.
Did you see the Philly special play?
Yeah.
That's not a normal play.
Not a normal play.
Yeah, I don't even know if it was allowed. The refs were standing there going, is this allowed?
We will never see anything like that again.
The quarterback can't catch a pass. He throws the pass.
Guys, I don't want to get too crazy because I know it's in the past, but why didn't the Browns just draft Usain Bolt?
He is so fast.
Yeah, he's so fast.
You're telling me he'd be great running back.
Multi-dimensional, this guy.
The other thing is he's sponsored by Puma, and all the Tim Couch and Chris Spielman jerseys you see at the stadium are all Puma jerseys.
I had a Puma Tim Couch jersey.
Who didn't?
That
was when the famous for loving the NFL German sports manufacturer Puma got involved with the NFL.
Well, all right, guys, let's move over. Let's start putting some grades on some picks that we see here that are just busts right out of the gate. Right out of the gate, I'm going here. Baker Mayfield. You took a shot.
I'm going to say that the grade is A+, but it's also going to be the biggest draft bust.
Yeah. I mean, we've got a history of it.
He is going to, people said the Browns were bad before, but with this Baker Mayfield pick, he's going to rival their crosstown opponents, the Cavs, when it came to picking Anthony Bennett.
Yeah.
We're going to say Baker and Bennett, biggest bust in Believe Land.
Which, by the way, is a huge...
Biggest bust, wow.
That's a huge
Another
pool.
BBW situation.
Exactly. Biggest bust, wow, you know it.
Supersized problem.
Apparently, Dorsey loves his BBWs.
All right, let's point out a win. Let's point out a win here. Here's what I got. Josh Rosen.
He's a winner. Guaranteed. He's always been a winner. You can't teach that. You just have to win, and he does.
His name sounds like winning. Josh.
Yeah.
And he rose in above the other players in the draft, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, arm strength is what this league, relies upon. Arm strength and, just...
Accuracy's not that important. The receivers can go get it.
Having a fully funded trust fund.
Guys, does anybody talk about Drew Brees anymore? I don't think so.
Who Brees?
Exactly. Who Brees?
Indeed.
Who dat?
I mean... Honestly, this is going to be like a Kobe's farewell tour for Drew Brees. I feel like it's just going to be He's travel. Okay, so he's coming to Cleveland week 2. I feel like, honestly, with what we did in the draft, there's no way now we're gonna beat a veteran like Drew Brees. But that might be Drew Brees' only win of the year,
and probably will be. But it'll be 2 wins in 1 because I'm sure they're going to get him a commemorative guitar from one of the members of Journey.
Yeah.
That is
true.
To say set you on your journey.
See, that's the thing is, as I said, accuracy is not important, especially because the Browns are going to move up to get Darius Fountain out of Northern Iowa. Now, originally, this pick was supposed to go to the Colts, but Casey traded it to Cleveland, who traded it to New England, who traded it to Oakland, and then ended up back with the Colts. And so with that Colts pick, the Browns are going to pick up Darius Fountain, perfect big target, out of Northern Iowa for Josh Rosen. It's going to be perfect.
I mean, honestly, this is nothing but smart moves by Oakland. I really just think
what?
That
that is a way. Gruden has stepped in and has just found a way to mix the young talent with the veteran talent and maximize what they've got.
You guys watch those things he used to do with the quarterbacks, and
he knows quarterbacks.
Yeah, he's the smartest guy in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, he's the whisperer.
Can't question anything he does.
He's the whisperer. And you know what? You look at how he has just gone to stepped foot inside the city of Oakland and pulled a couple strings here, pulled a couple strings there. These guys instantly in playoff conversations. We haven't even started the season.
If I were a betting man, I'd say the Raiders are better off without Khalil Mack.
Oh, for sure. He's done.
Yeah.
He's done.
Yeah.
And if you look at the prospects available, Ogbonia Okoronkwo out of Oklahoma, he's an edge rusher that can match Khalil Mack. And he's going to be available. I mean, he might slip, but they should trade up and get him.
Really, it's a contract issue.
It's Raiders Nation again. Warriors, Athletics, who are they? It's all about
the Raiders.
And the Raiders.
Yep. The black hole. But I mean, honestly, it's a cap issue with Khalil Mack. That's all.
You can't afford to spend that much money, especially when a Okoronkwo is going to come in there for a rookie deal.
Seriously. I mean, what are our defensive ranks? They're going to be probably middling teens to maybe even top 5, top 10.
Have you guys seen Mark Davis? That looks like a guy who knows what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. He knows how to pick a haircut, knows how to pick a tracksuit.
His moves are as good as the way he looks.
Oh, for sure. Judge a book by its cover.
There you go.
Judge a book by its cover. So I feel like I don't really have anything else that I.
If the Browns don't trade up to get Durance Armstrong out of Kansas, then they are fools. Okay? He's third-round talent, still on the board in the 4th round.
So, you know what? I just got to be honest, guys. I never really watched past round 4, so I don't have...
I'm just saying, we talked about the inside linebackers we needed. Josie Jewell is there from Iowa. In the 4th round, still available, but the Browns take a risk on a troubled wide receiver, Antonio Callaway.
Oh.
Yeah.
What happened?
When are we going to learn?
What happened? I thought they were going for character guys.
Yeah. Turns out, no, they're just, we can fix him because, he's good at football. Yeah. Better help him. Lame.
Yeah, what more can be said about this young man that already hasn't been said about, the Tyrod Taylor?
Well, and to be frank, what do you need a wide receiver for? You have a loaded wide receiving core right now. Yeah. You've got Josh Gordon. You've got Juice the Moose Landry. Uh-huh. You don't need a wide receiver.
You don't.
Especially considering, you're in the 4th round, you pick up this Callaway guy. You wait a little bit. Maybe you trade up to get him, but what about Richie James from Middle Tennessee? That's a prospect right there that you can count on. What about Marcel Adaman from Oklahoma State? That's a guy you can count on. Javon Wims out of Georgia. These are all guys.
What about Kyle Lauletta?
Yeah, these are all talents available that don't have the character issues, don't have the off-field stuff.
Yeah, but look, that's great and all, but you know what else we can do? Why don't we play a little free agency game here? A little free agency roulette. What's Terrell Pryor doing right now? Nothing.
What is he doing?
He's
don't even
doing
know.
nothing. He's training.
He could also be a backup
better.
quarterback. He can run the option.
He's becoming
Oh,
a
for
better.
sure.
He can run the Josh
Former
Cribbs
Beach
Wildcat.
He could come back and host Josh's Cribs.
Yeah.
For God's sake, what's Josh Cribbs doing right now?
Yeah.
He looks like he's in pretty good shape still.
He's in great shape.
He is, and
he's doing an internship, for Christ's sake.
Actually, I don't
Give the
think he
man
should.
some
I don't think
pads.
Terrell Pryor should host Josh's Cribs. I think he should host a show about criminals trying to make good in their lives and call it Terrell's Priors.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's really good.
But if you've got Cedric Wilson
I
out of
would
Boise
watch
State or Braxton Berrios out of Miami, what are you doing with a troubled wide receiver? The guys are there to take them. Just take them. Or you could take Cameron Moore, cornerback out of Boston College, and convert him. Convert him to a wide receiver. It's not that hard.
I got to be honest, guys. If they're not beach nuts, I'm not looking at them.
Well, other than Ray McLeod out of Clemson.
I personally have to be honest. After he mentioned Terrell's Priors, I was just thinking of other shows like Gordon's Globetrotting. We could send Josh Gordon across the world.
Yeah.
Oh.
Couple of key locations.
Yes.
Columbia.
Amsterdam.
Oh my God, he would be so good. And he's got that personality that's just.
He like lights up a room when he walks in. He's
electric.
He's electric. He's so
electric. He's got
friendly
jewels.
to everybody.
Imagine seeing him in Amsterdam. He would give such a good impression of the Cleveland Browns.
God,
for
I'm
everybody
so
out
glad
there.
that we just have him locked up for another couple years.
Yeah,
on that
still got him under our
contract,
control.
you know?
It's good.
It's a guy who will never do anything dumb. Never.
He's learned his lesson.
never
Yeah.
exactly.
How many times do you need to have how many second chances do you get before you go, you know what? I'm going to learn from this.
Just think about this: the offensive weaponry that we're going to be putting on the field come September.
I like a guy who gets off the weed and onto the gram, and I'm talking about Instagram. You'll never get in trouble on
Yep,
there.
you got it.
Not at all.
You got it.
And especially, I think you can send him globetrotting, securing the fact that round 6 you can just get Marquez Valdez-Scantling out of South Florida.
Role player.
Yep. He's 6'4", 206, got 10 and a quarter hands, runs the 40 and 4.3. Come on.
You know, take the personalities out of the locker room, for Christ's sake. Put some workers in there. Put
How
some
about a
role
guy you're
players
like,
in there.
oh yeah, I forgot they were on our team. He just caught 100 yards of receiving. How about that?
Yeah.
How about you remember him when he puts numbers on the page?
How about you put some guys that would fit in the hard land of America?
Yeah.
Earn those stripes.
Exactly. You don't get those just because it's on the helmet. You got to earn it.
You're playing for an offensive mastermind, Hugh Jackson.
Combined with Todd Haley.
Jeez.
The beach nuts are just giving away weed leaves. Nuh-uh. That's not
It's
how
a
it works in
dream.
Cleveland.
No,
It's a
you're never going to see a Browns player with a bunch of different stripes. You get one set of stripes.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if they dished them out like they dish out the pot leaves?
Good God.
Ugh.
Good God.
That helmet would be atrocious.
Well, it would be. You know what it would be. It would be Bengals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. I just thought about that.
It would be Bengals.
You just blew my mind. It would be Bengals.
It's
Sorry,
like-
in my household, they're the Bungles.
Yeah, thank you.
It's a little mean. But
And they're Kentucky.
yeah.
Can we all just agree?
Especially with Austin Prohl out of North Carolina sitting there in the 7th round, you don't take him? Grade F. Okay, before we did also contractually, because of Mr. Craig, which for sure, he may have heard the stuff in the beginning. There's no way he's hearing
He
this
has
right
not
now.
made it this far.
He shut this off 2 rounds ago.
30 minutes ago.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well, he's probably preparing to get Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory running again.
he's probably spooling it up. All right, season preview time, also contractually obligated by Craig.
Remember, it is April.
Yeah, and I'm just going to say it's about time that we had consistency in this organization, and I think this year is the year that we cement it all in. Hugh Jackson, much sought-after coach. We're staying the course. He's going to learn from his mistakes. Now that he's got an offensive coordinator he's on the same page with, nobody's trying to disrupt anybody else. They're all walking hand in hand.
They are the picture of harmony.
Especially combined with a veteran QB, playoff QB, Tyrod Taylor.
QB. Yep.
When he's got weapons like Juice Landry and Josh Gordon.
Been there, done that. Gonna do it again.
Former beach nut Carlos Hyde.
Yep.
Big beach nut warrior.
You got those guys. You're going to have left tackle. Not a concern at all.
No, God, no.
Why would it be?
Fill in whoever you want. Batonio, throw him over there. Undrafted rookie, throw him over there.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine.
You can find a guy in the 7th round.
Tyrod Taylor is going to be able to handle that because he's a veteran
Trade
working with
it,
two geniuses.
Undrafted. Who cares?
It's Todd Haley's schemes.
Yeah, the schemes are the thing that's going to work. I mean, we all saw it in the preseason. No, we didn't because that hasn't happened yet. But
we did in our mind's eye.
But Haley never... When you get down to the 1 yard line, he's going to play some smash mouth football and run the ball in. He's not going to try 4 trick plays in a row that result in an injury.
No.
That sounds ludicrous, Dave.
That's absolutely ludicrous. This is a professional, Dave.
Yeah. It almost sounds like you're making fun of the guy.
Yeah, I know, and I apologize. I don't want to do that. I'm a fan of the team. I'm a fan of the coach. So let's just throw that out of our mind. He's going to play some smash mouth football. He learned from the mistakes of the Seahawks a few years ago when they lost to the Patriots.
Yep.
So that's that. So
what's a record, Dave?
Let's throw the win total at it. I'm saying you don't need to worry the 72 Dolphins, but we are going 14-2.
Ooh, that's good.
You're going to lose to the Saints down in Hot Orleans. Tough schedule. Early on, you're going to get Drew Hood at Breeze. And then closer to the end of the year. First of all, circle this one on your schedule. That the Browns go in there to that Mahomes kid with Andy Reid, and they just trounce him. Who is this guy? Never heard of him. Never wanted a piece of him. Just have fun bungling your entire future by getting rid of Alex Smith, Andy Reid.
I think that guy's dad played baseball or something.
Yeah.
I think he did too. Anyway, other loss, probably the Panthers. Cam, what are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you
Killer
going to do?
Cam.
Yep.
Chris, what do you think?
Well, Dave's really making me rethink my predictions because all year I've been a solid 15-1 guy. And he's making a really good argument about the Panthers. So I thought they were going to lose to the Saints too because, when Drew Brees gets that autographed guitar, he's going to be amped up and get that one last game where he really goes off.
Yeah.
So that's a problem with giving a guy prizes for nothing. They're just going to play.
God.
It's like they're not motivated now. So once you give them a prize, they're all in.
Just retire.
Yeah, for sure.
Just retire.
So I think I should temper down my prediction and go 14-2 as well.
Okay.
But if they went 16-0, I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
Hey, any given Sunday.
Exactly.
Any given Sunday.
Hey, and Hugh Jackson, whatever the coach's name is, he'll turn it around.
Yeah, Logan.
He's learned his.
Yeah.
He's learned his lessons too.
Oh, yeah.
He jumped in the lake.
Guys.
He washed away his sins by jumping in the lake.
He got baptized in the shores of the Erie.
You put your damn money on this right now. I'm not even going to predict the regular season. I'm going straight to the mother flipping playoffs.
Ooh.
Hugh Jackson, he's just been pent up. All those wins that we should have had the past couple of years, they're pent up. They're inside of him. All he has to do is release them upon the city.
They're going to come out just like a Roman burger BTE.
It is the best taste ever.
Oh, that's what that stands for?
Playoffs. Playoffs. Not even wild card. Division champions.
Wow.
I can see that happening.
Yeah, well, if you're going 14-2, who's going to stop you? And obviously
Big Ben,
because the only 2 losses are to the Saints.
Not even a beach nut. Big Ben.
Yeah, they're out of your division. The Saints. They're out of your division. The Panthers. So you've swept the division too. So there's that
twice.
Well, you do got to worry about a big season from Le'Veon Bell.
It's true. He's always going to put up numbers.
The wild card.
Yeah, he's always going to put up big numbers. You're going to have to deal with it.
Well, so far, what I've heard is that contractually they're not seeing eye to eye, and so they got this no-name, something Connor or John Connor from Terminator.
Oh, John Connor.
Yeah, John Connor.
But the big thing is, though, he is under contract, and he is a man of his word.
Yeah.
And so he will show up.
Yeah, of course.
Because that organization, Pittsburgh football organization,
lauded.
Yeah, they run it by the book.
Yeah, they do. They you know what? They play the right kind of football. Even though, we hate them to the core, they do play the right kind of football.
The mustard and Cole are hard to beat.
It's true. All right, everybody. Thank you for listening this week. If you want to follow us on Twitter, you can do so at Friday Fumble, where we will post multiple fun GIFs. You can follow me personally at Democo.
What's a Democo?
I have no idea.
It's a very astute question, Chris.
It is. And you just bumped yourself down to second-tier guest after that one. You know what? You're back up. You're up.
I can't deal with this roller coaster of emotions.
I know.
Where can I find you, Chris?
My Twitter is at Chris_Clem. CLEM. CHRIS_CLEM.
Yeah, no K's allowed.
No K's, please.
And you can find me at Dylan B. Price.
And, thanks, Chris, for joining us for the first-time guest. We enjoyed it. And this has been your Browns Friday Fumble.